Hey, what's up, trainers? My name's Dev from DevsUtopia, and I love Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, before we go any further, I just wanted to clarify, I'm not trying to convince people to do anything, really, this is my opinion at the end of the day. And, people have gripes with the game, and people, have things to say about the game, but to be honest, I love this game so much, right? At launch, 2 weeks before launch, I basically hid under a rock so I could avoid spoilers and avoid all the leaks and etc. And I had like a lot of friends that were really helpful with that. They were like, "Hey, yo, did you want to see the leak?" And I was like, "No, cool. I'm not going to send it." I have a lot of friends that are jerks, but that's besides the point. Thankfully, I was able to stay completely leak free. And I was surprised by Cuffin. I was surprised by the Sword and Shield exclusives. I didn't know what Drippy was and how to get one. And my friend was like in love with Dragapult, so like he was trying to breed for shinies. He just traded me one. I got it the easy way. But I digress, right? It's the equivalent of the launch for Pokemon Sword and Shield was amazing for me. I had a lot of friends that wanted to play the game. A lot of people that were like saying they were going to get Shield or saying they were going to get Sword. So I said I was going to get Shield. I opted out so that we could have exclusives and that people could, trade with me at the very least. At the end of the day, I had so much fun. I was invited to Pokemon parties. We were me and my friends. We were basically doing raids. We were doing everything to get the Charizard, Curry. We met in person, played online, it was in like Discord chats and everything, just playing Pokemon for a solid few days, and it was an amazing feeling. It was like that nostalgic feeling of like having a group that you can actually enjoy the game with. I haven't felt that way since Soul Silver. Yeah, Soul Silver was the only Pokemon game where I actually had a group of people who liked to play Pokemon. I was like, I believe, elementary or middle school. I was a loner. I wasn't really popular. I was one of the nerds. Pokemon kind of dropped off at my school, as well as when I went to high school. No one was really, like raising your hand if I wanted to say like he wants to play Pokemon. No one's gonna raise their hand, but it finally felt like I actually had a community of players in arm's reach. I could call someone and say, "Hey, you want to do a Pokemon raid?" And oftentimes they would say yes. It was great. The release week was an experience that I haven't had in a very long time, but that doesn't mean it was perfect. We I played card games a lot. Went to a hobby shop with my friends. We all pulled out our Switch. We took a break from playing Vanguard, and we started playing Pokemon, doing raids together and battling each other and everything. And out of nowhere, right, a random guy, he comes and looks at my Switch. I was like, "Oh, is that Pokemon Sword or Shield and everything?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, it's really cool and all that." And then all he responds with is, "Yeah, the UI's trash," and then like walks away, disappears, and I'm just kind of confused. Like you came to the table of random people just to say the user interface is trash and then disappear. Was that really necessary? No. Did we ignore them and continue having fun? Yes. But I thought that was just out of the ordinary, I've never experienced so much hate for a Pokemon game before, and I kind of ignored it, I was blind to it. Like I was enjoying the moment, enjoying Pokemon Sword and Shield to some like in the simplest way. I wasn't thinking about, competitively playing because I wanted to just beat the story mode. I wanted to beat the story mode and try to catch all of Pokemon. And now I have a living Pokedex in my PC boxes. Let me just clarify, right? I played basically almost every Pokemon game, at least one version of each game. Only games I didn't play is Pokemon Ranger and Pokemon Coliseum. I play for the plot. That's why I fell in love with Mystery Dungeon. The plot is amazing in Mystery Dungeon. In Sword and Shield and all the Pokemon games, I love the idea of X and Y Z villain wants to take over the world for X and Y reason. You know, I love exploring the minds of these characters, and Sword and Shield had a very deep plot compared to other past games. I'm just gonna say in general, like compared to past games, we finally had, spoiler warning. Let me stop myself. This game's been out for a while. I know there's a lot of new people playing it right now. I don't want to spoil anything if you just picked the game just to play the DLC and all that. So I'll put like a time code because I'm about to talk about huge plot points. This is your last warning. I really enjoyed the character development of Hop, and I really understand. I love Chairman Rose. Now, Hop was the equivalent of what happens if you're not a good trainer. You know, what happens if you just aren't good at battles? You can't make ends meet. You know, we finally explored like that. Not everybody can be a Pokemon champion. Not everybody can be competitively. Not everybody has that competitive mindset like everybody else. And Hop became a Pokemon researcher, and that was surprising to me. Like we've seen it before. I can't remember the names of the side characters in Black and White. You know, they ended up in Black and White 2, they ended up being researchers, but we've never seen someone fail and come to the realization like maybe this isn't for me. And the journey along the way for Hop, it was just like, you know, my brother's so awesome, I'll be awesome too. To well, this isn't my cup of tea, but that's okay. I love Pokemon at the end of the day, you know. And Chairman Rose, oh man, when I say I thought that he was just going to be like a mad scientist or something, right? And I'm glad I was wrong. He's not a villain, really. You know, he's more of a patriot. Like, you know, loves Galar, thinks about Galar. He's just extremely impatient. The entire plot could have been resolved if he just waited for Leon and said, "Hey, I just want to do this tournament right quick. Give me a second." He wanted to make sure that Galar didn't lose any energy source, and they weren't going to lose it for years, right? I can't remember the exact amount, but like that was a long time in the future before him to be freaking out. But he wasn't really a villain. He cared. It just was in a bad. It's just the way he was at it. You know, the way he was doing it was a bad way. And don't get me started about Bede. You know, a tragic character that ends up just like warming up to you, like you know that I was happy to have a character that was kind of stuck up again, like to have a rival that was stuck up. Because like I missed Heart Gold, Soul Silver era of just like the rival that you just do not like and that you really want to beat. But Bede, you know, it was the closest. In my opinion, it was the closest we've ever had to that rivalry of I really do not want to lose to you. I really want to beat you. And the character development that he went through, you know, although his personality doesn't show it and everything, I'm pretty sure like it was extremely hard for him, you know, being an orphan and etc. You know, but I mean that's enough about the plot. I can go on about Pokemon plots. You know, I played every game. I can go on and on about what I like about them. Pokemon Sword and Shield is competitive friendly. Like really easy for you to learn how to become a competitive player if you pay attention and if you do your research. If you search up tutorials and everything, this game makes it very easy. You can check your IVs, you can check your EVs to make sure they're okay. You can now, thanks to Isle Armor, you can erase EV spreads if you messed up a Pokemon. You know, I've had many times where I would hope that I didn't save so often, right? I would hope that I saved before I started training. I think that's what I did. Like at the beginning, right? I used to save before I started EV training just in case I messed it up, just in case I got the wrong Pokemon with HP EVs, and I meant to have them be a complete physical sweeper, and they really did not need 252 in HP, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, I've never had an easier time getting battle items. You know, the Crammatic, oh man, saved my life. I didn't have charcoal. I chose Rillaboom. You know, I chose Grookey, so I didn't have freaking charcoal from the beginning and everything. I think I had the grassy seed. And apparently you're supposed to like talk to the bazaar, but with the Chromatic, I can actually just craft it thanks to a lot of the like recipes throughout the Cerebi forums and everything. I found a few. They're not always guaranteed. There's a chance that they won't, but it's better than nothing. I was able to get more Eviolites because of that too, so that was cool. I can have an Eviolite on my Cursula and an Eviolite on my Dusclops. So instead of just keep switching them every 5 seconds, there's so many people who don't really like the game. They make valid arguments. It's just the way they go at it. When you start making it harder for people to have fun, when you come out of nowhere and just kind of become a nuisance in a way, when you invade people's space just to say, I don't like this game and you shouldn't like it either, that's when I say that I can't really get behind you. It's not everybody. Not every National Dex person or not every person that loves Gen 1 is a terrible person. No, it's like, it's the equivalent of, I hear you. You make a valid argument. I just want to enjoy the game. You don't. Your favorite Pokemon's not in the game. I'm sorry. My favorite Pokemon is because of Pokemon Home. I'm lucky. I like Rowlet. I love the Decidueye. The Decidueye is not really competitive anymore, but my favorite Pokemon is in the game. I am one of the lucky ones. I don't always agree with the argument of, well, my favorite Pokemon not in the game, so the game's trash. And why is this Pokemon and no one uses it? It's like, it's the equivalent of, like, it makes sense for like for an environmental thing, for a habitat kind of thing. We have to have a game where it makes sense how to get these Pokemon sometimes. And at the end of the day, you never really had a way to get every single Pokemon in a Pokedex. We have a lot of new players and a new members of the community. They weren't going to have Pokemon Home or Pokemon Bank. They weren't going to have every single game in the series over time. It's not cheap to buy every single game in the series. Like, Pokemon fans, it's easy for us to do it because maybe we've had it for years. We kept our old copies. We saved money to buy these collections and everything. But I can't expect someone that's just getting in to get upset or anything because they don't have access to getting every single Pokemon, to getting the very exclusive, mythical Pokemon or legendary Pokemon. So that's why I really don't trip over it. I don't really focus on that. I love Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's brought me to many new friends and it's helped me reconnect with old friends. And it's the game that I really want to become a competitive VGC player with. Now that I'm about to finish college, now that I have the confidence to say, well, I know what EVs are and I know, X, Y, and Z, yeah, now I want to do it. I want to play it in big leagues. I want to challenge the people that I see on YouTube all the time. And I just feel like if you feel that way, there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube, and hopefully I can help too. I am better at VGC than TCG. I just started TCG again. I tried to get into TCG, but I never had like a really good support for that. Like, I didn't have a lot of friends that played TCG. I now have some new friends that play TCG thanks to Sword and Shield and everything. So you're not going to really see TCG deck profiles anytime soon. Just letting you know, on this channel at least. Until I feel comfortable, until I feel confident in my ability to make a deck profile for TCG, I'm not going to make a lot of TCG content. It's going to come eventually, hopefully, but until I learn it, I'm going to stick what I'm really good at, and I'm really good at the video game because I love Pokemon Sword and Shield. Before I let you guys go, I wanted to show off the amazing commissions I got done from JC and gokaiblackzero. gokaiblackzero did the amazing, like, a ghost type team. I made a gym challenge league with my friends at the very beginning of, like, Sword and Shield, like after we got done beating the game and on my journey to have a live Pokédex and all that. We started choosing gym leaders and having one of our friends just like try to become champion and be all of us so we can have another thing to do, because remember, not everybody wants to go and compete in tournaments. Not everybody wants to shiny hunt every 5 seconds. So we just needed another way to enjoy the game before DLC came out. And JC is the reason I have this amazing sprite of Rowlet that I can express myself a little bit more without showing my face. Sorry, just a little bit camera shy, but JC has made it very, very easy for me to enjoy myself and enjoy editing a little bit more. And his Facebook page has amazing content. Like, I like the comics that he's doing about the Pokemon beta sprites as well. So yeah, if you want to give them a look and everything, I'll leave their links in the description. And I hope you guys have a nice day. Welcome to DevsUtopia. Let's game and grow together. Peace.